It's my first time flying, and I'm not afraid of trying. Gonna pull that sleigh one day. It's my first time trying, and I'm not afraid of flying, 'cause Santa needs me for his sleigh. With a smirk and a wink, Santa claps as I land, and I feel accomplished, gonna do my best. 'Cause next Christmas Eve, Santa knows he can count on me. It was my first time flying, I wasn't afraid of trying. Gonna pull that sleigh one day. It was my first time trying, but I wasn't afraid of flying, 'cause Santa needs me for his sleigh. Yes, Santa needs me for his sleigh. I wonder what all of the 8 reindeer see on rooftops and lawns from Maine to Berry. Christmas decorations so wonderfully placed. Some of you out there put nothing to waste. It wouldn't be Christmas without lights on trees. Just step outside and I think you'll agree. The decorations sure make everything fun. They make me smile as bright as the sun. Donner once told me of his favorite storm. What do we do? The whole world's waiting, soon they will be waking. Snowing from inches then to feet. We bundled up tightly for some heat. We said it would get better, then Santa changed the weather. It's never happened before. Christmas magic beat the storm. Load up that sleigh, the whole world's waiting. This will be amazing. It's never happened before. Christmas magic beat the storm. Load up that sleigh, the whole world's waiting. This will be amazing. Christmas is amazing. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. Oh, bring us some figgy pudding. Oh, bring us some figgy pudding. Oh, bring us some figgy pudding and a cup of good cheer. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. So bring some right here. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Hi, I'm Riley. I'm gonna spend Christmas with your family this year, if that's okay. I need a break from all the flying I do, and Santa always said your place was pretty cozy. So I figured, why not? Oh man, have I got a story for each of Santa's reindeer. Let me tell ya, like Dasher, one time he got his antlers tangled in some Christmas decorations on top of a house. And when Santa flew off the roof, so did the decorations. You'd think Dancer earned that nickname, but it's the other way around. She actually gave it to herself. And, take it from me, that girl flies the best out of all of us, but she cannot tear it up on the dance floor. Prancer and I go way back. He's the one who taught me how to fly. He also tried to teach me how to play tennis, but we didn't get very far with that. Turns out you need these things called hands. Vixen's name, believe it or not, is actually shortened, because you try saying, now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer, and Vixiano Tegapulus, over and over again, for an entire night. Comet is the fastest of the 8 reindeer, but he also can't see very well, which may explain why some people get run over by him each year. Cupid is the only reindeer who works a second job every Valentine's Day. Yeah, that's right. It's not some cute little baby angel who makes people fall in love with each other. It's a flying reindeer. Donner? Now there's a reindeer. He's the strongest one by far. There's no doubt in anyone's mind that he could pull Santa's sleigh all by himself. But did I mention that he's also the laziest? Blitzen is best friends with Jack Frost, who can be a bit mischievous, like the time they swapped the naughty and nice lists. Let me tell ya, the North Pole has never received so many letters from angry parents and grateful bad kids after that Christmas. On my way down here from Santa's, I stopped to get some tacos. We don't have those up at the North Pole. The closest thing we have would be the ice burritos that the snowmen eat. But you can't really microwave those. Eventually, I'll be a part of Santa's sleigh team. I'm just waiting for one of the 8 reindeer to retire. It's only been, over 200 years since they've been flying him around? Granted, they only work once a year, but still, I'll get my chance someday. It's not a proper hangout session with the reindeer if you don't hear any new tales on abominable snowman sightings. I swear I once saw him wandering around not too far from Santa's house one time. I wonder if he'd be on the naughty or nice list. I don't know how they do it, but Santa's elves always come up with the best things to play with. Well, except for the one year they thought kids everywhere would love just a box of mismatched socks for Christmas. But we don't talk about that anymore. Trust me, when you first learn to fly, it is no easy task. I once accidentally flew into the side of Santa's house in the middle of the night and woke him and Mrs. Claus up. Pretty sure you can still see the outline of my antlers if you look close enough. Each winter, the North Pole has a big snowball fight with the elves against the reindeer. And I will say, what we lack in making the actual snowballs, we make up for in air superiority. But it's all fun and games, especially when Santa joins in. I like the ornaments you have hanging up on your Christmas tree. The big tree the Clauses put up each year used to have lots of ornaments on it, but they had to dial it back after the tree started to tilt a little too far over. But now it stands up perfectly straight. You know what I saw for the first time flying down here? Grass! I'm so used to the snow. It was refreshing to see something else on the ground for once. I took a bite out of it too, and well, let's just say I'm still gonna stick with candy canes for dinner. One time, I was in Santa's workshop helping load up the sleigh when disaster struck. An elf pulled too hard on some wrapping paper and accidentally unrolled all 10,000 feet of it. You would have thought the whole workshop was one giant Christmas gift. Here's an idea for the holidays. If you're gonna do a Christmas card this year, see who can come up with the most unique pose for your family photo. Just don't do what I did and send out a photo with your eyes closed and carrots stuck in your teeth. When it comes to making gingerbread houses, it's a big deal up at the North Pole. We have some serious elven architects who take great pride and spend a lot of time making the best candy houses, only for them to get devoured in less than 30 seconds. That's how you know they're good. Prancer and I have a long debate going. What do you think is the most favorite of Santa's snacks? The cookies or the milk? The cookies, sure. They can have chocolate in them. But the milk? What better way is there to wash down cookies than with cold milk? You can overhear a lot of things the elves talk about when they're on their hot cocoa breaks, like what all the hot toys are going to be this year, or who's on the naughty list, or if Santa's finally going to consider changing his suit color from red to hot pink. Once a year, Santa hires on some polar bear interns to help out around the holidays. They mainly shovel the snow and melt the ice for us. They do a good job. I just wish you could see them more easily. People around here tend to get tired of Christmas music pretty quickly. Well, I got some bad news for you if you ever come up to the North Pole, because we play that stuff all year long. Hope you like hearing jingle bells in the middle of April. The rest of the world, I've noticed, tends to have different weather every day. Want to know the forecast for the North Pole? Cold and snowy. Want to know what it will be a month from now? Cold and snowy. Wonder why we have no weatherman up there. Every Christmas, the reindeer get together and have an antler decorating contest. Blitzen won it last year when he had a whole toy train set running through his antlers. I came in second, but I couldn't see because I had ornaments hanging from mine. Speaking of antlers and contests, we also do an ice sculpture challenge. Dasher once carved out Santa and Mrs. Claus with his antlers, but he also had just eaten some hay with hot sauce. His hot breath melted the whole thing away before he could finish it. Grooming a reindeer's antlers can be tricky. You gotta cut them, trim around the edges. It's like taking care of a tree growing out of the top of your head. If you want to get a job as a reindeer for Santa, well, you better fill out the application for one. The hiring process can be pretty hard. Can you fly? If so, congrats! You got the job. Oh, you think flying is easy? Well, have you ever seen a porcupine fly? Exactly. Everyone thinks life at the North Pole is just winter all year long. Okay, that's not entirely true. We surf it up each summer. Of course, we use sheets of ice as our surfboards. But hey, it still works. Want to hear some stories? Here's a good one. A couple years back, an elf came up with an idea to replace all of us reindeer with a self-flying sleigh. Not wanting to be rude, Santa decided to give the elf a shot with his experiment, and the two of them took a test flight one day in the new sleigh. It went as well as you can imagine, with the sleigh's computer not being able to figure out what a rooftop was, and instead landing on top of people's cars. Moral of the story, not everything needs an upgrade. I already told you about the elf who accidentally pulled off a bunch of wrapping paper in Santa's workshop. But there was another time when I caused a big mishap. See, with more kids in the world believing in Santa each year, the big guy needed more hands on deck to help wrap presents. And after what happened, he decided to have the elves build a gift-wrapping robot. In fact, he had them build a whole bunch of them. I won't lie, these things worked fast, wrapping up 100 presents in under a minute. Well, one night, I was taking a shortcut through the workshop when I accidentally bumped into one of the robots. And next thing I know, I'm tossed into a box and wrapped up with a bow on top. I was almost someone's Christmas gift before Santa unwrapped me. It was a funny moment for sure. I never used those robots again after that. So on Christmas Eve, what happens to the rest of the reindeer who don't fly the sleigh? Well, we go and help the elves clean up the workshop. We put away all the boxes and bows until next year. Then Mrs. Claus serves us all a big Christmas Eve dinner. She cooks us ham, turkey, a bit of everything, honestly. Once we're all done eating is when Santa is usually flying over the Atlantic Ocean. And so he'll call us all and give us an update on how things are going. After that, it's pretty late up at the North Pole, and it's time for bed, especially since we all want to be up for Christmas morning. This year, though, I'm spending Christmas morning with your family, so let's have some fun. Do you know the gift-making process? There's a lot that goes into it. First, it starts off with whether or not you're on the naughty or nice list. And if you are, then Santa sends your list down to the workshop and basically says, get to work. Then the elves break up into teams. You have a team who makes toys, a team who wraps up the toys, and then another team who loads all the toys onto Santa's sleigh. They do this for 2 whole months. When it gets closer to Christmas, that's when things really get crazy, and the reindeer jump in and help out. Trust me though, there's nothing like working in Santa's workshop at Christmas time. Each year, usually during the middle of December, we all take a big break from the toy making and have a big outdoor picnic. Sure, it's cold, but all the animals come out for it. The polar bears, the Arctic foxes, no penguins though. They're down at the South Pole. I always bring my world-famous hot cocoa. Santa says it's his favorite, and I think that makes Mrs. Claus a little bit jealous. The snowmen also join us with their ice burritos, but like I said, that's kind of not really a thing the rest of us can eat. But hey, at least they try. Then, as the sun goes down, Santa built everyone a giant fire, and we warm up next to it and watch the northern lights. It's good to take a break from all the holiday craziness. There's this giant iceberg right next to the North Pole, and last year Santa thought of something. Hey, why don't we just decorate it? And honestly, it wasn't a bad idea. Thing is though, it's practically a mountain. No elf is gonna climb that to string up some lights. And that's where the flying reindeer came in. We loaded up the elves on our backs and flew them up the side of the iceberg. And before we knew it, the whole side of the thing was lit up like a giant Christmas tree. Good thing we got plenty of extension cords up at the North Pole. Mrs. Claus likes to knit sweaters for everyone up at the North Pole. They're always extra warm and cozy too. I actually left mine back up there because Prancer lost his and wanted to wear it on Christmas Eve. Now, how'd he lose it? He actually gave his away. See, last year, Santa didn't realize that a family had just gotten a new puppy for Christmas, and the poor thing seemed kind of cold in the house. Guess they turned the fireplace off so Santa wouldn't get burnt coming down the chimney. Well, old Saint Nick felt bad for the little guy because he didn't have anything warm to give him, but Prancer did. Turns out his sweater was the same size for the dog. Santa helped him take it off and put it on the new puppy. And boy, did that dog smile. Sometimes a Christmas miracle doesn't have to be a very big thing. Before I came down here, me and the other reindeer had a sleigh pulling competition. It was me and my friends versus Santa's 8 reindeer. The first ones to cross the finish line won. The catch was none of us could fly. We had to pull the sleigh old school style. And I will say, even though they may fly the best, those old reindeer sure have some catching up to do when it comes to pulling Santa's weight around on the ground. We were zipping through the North Pole canyons, in and around the White Forests, and we got to the finish line way before the other team did. Now, if only Santa didn't have to fly everywhere on Christmas Eve. Believe it or not, since it's so busy leading up to Christmas at the North Pole, we don't actually have time to exchange gifts like you normally do. That's why we do a big secret Santa gift exchange on December 23rd. Last year, I picked Donner's name out of a hat, and he wanted some earbuds so he can listen to music while he's flying Santa around Christmas Eve. I asked for some new marshmallows because those are my favorite treats. And wouldn't you know it, my secret Santa was Santa himself, and he actually gave me an entire igloo made out of marshmallows. Now that was an awesome gift. As North Pole reindeer, sure we can fly, and we can even pull sleighs too. But did you know that we can even ice skate? Oh yeah, you'd think it'd be hard, skating on 4 legs, but it's actually pretty easy. Well, compared to flying anyways. Once you get the hang of it, you can combine flying and skating and do some pretty neat tricks, like twirling and spinning. It also makes for some pretty interesting games of North Pole hockey. It's always us against the elves, and Santa's the ref. I can usually do a good job defending the goal, but every now and then, an elf can slide between my legs and score a point.
Silent face mode.